Mark from the Tree Care Expert channel. We're here with Jim from VP Race Fuels. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm doing great.
So, I gotta be honest, I already know everything there is to know about VP Race Fuels when it comes to racing, because I've raced many years, big fan. I've used your products for a long time. But you're here at the TCIA Tree Care Industry Show. What does VP have to offer for the tree care industry?
It's a great question, Mark. I get that sometimes. It's like, hey, VP, wait, why are you here at the Tree Care Show? It's like, well, you know, the same reason that a lot of people use our fuels in their race cars, boats, airplanes, and everything else. We actually make pre-mixed fuel for chainsaws and two-cycle engines specifically. So we make a very clean burning engineered fuel that helps keep your business and your equipment running. I'm gonna just jump right in here. This is our 50-to-1 pre-mixed fuel. It's made from a higher cut, a better, cleaner fuel than what you'll find in pump gas. It is ethanol free. And the other thing is it's already pre-mixed with oil. I know a lot of people mix their own oil and gas. I'll ask this question. How many of them take it to the lab and have it tested to make sure it's all perfect before they put it in their saw? Well, we do, right? Every batch of our fuel is tested in the lab before it's ever put in a can for you to use. One thing, notice right here is it's a Jazzo FD full synthetic oil. So we put that oil and fuel together ready for you to use. And we're also the only company that actually has two 50-to-1 blends. We have a Pro Max, which is an even higher octane, cleaner, cooler burning fuel for those bigger saws. Tree care doesn't get into this much, but concrete cutting, things that are under load for a long period of time. So we've been in the fuel business almost 50 years making specialty fuel, and we make a lot of specialty fuels now for outdoor power equipment and keeping equipment running. So in addition to 50-to-1, we have 4-cycle fuel for anything that, you know, pressure washers, even stump grinders, anything that runs on fuel that maybe you don't use as often, you can have that. And that's fuel, and we're VP Racing Fuels, but we actually have really expanded as well, and we have more in the way of even fuel additives, oils. So kind of moving right down the line a little bit, the same, I pointed out this FD rated oil, we sell that same FD rated oil in a 2.6 ounce. So for people that want to still mix their own, we'll give you that same full synthetic oil, very high quality oil. And when you mix your own, you can do that, or mix it with our 4-cycle, and it comes in 3 different sizes. We've got a bar and chain oil. Nobody usually knows we have bar and chain oil. It's got a lot of tackifier, stays on the bar. People love working with it. It runs cooler, cleaner. Great bar oil if you can give that a try. And the last thing that I'll just cover real quickly here is we even have some additives. So when you're using pump gas, I recommend you always use, you know, a fuel stabilizer. Try and keep things running cleaner, keep water dispersed. Tree care, there's a lot of diesel equipment. I know there's no diesel chainsaws, but what about the truck? What about the diesel chipper? What about, you know, some of the other equipment out there? This diesel additive is called Diesel All-in-One. It does a little bit of everything in keeping your fuel hygiene really working well. It's got a water dispersant, it's got an algicide, cetane improver, injector cleaner, and not to mention all those things, it's even got an anti-gel. So if you just run it year round, it'll keep everything running well. So in addition to that, we have all sorts of other oils. Of course, as you said, you know all about the racing fuel side. We've now branched into a lot of other things, and we're here to help support the tree care industry and tree care business with great performance products, fuels, oils. Be happy to talk with you and help you anytime. I hope that helps answer your question a bit.
Excellent. Yes, it does. I have one quick question. You did mention ethanol free as far as the fuel.
Yes, sir.
Just a little bit about that. I know there's a lot of people have a lot of issues with pump fuel and stuff, and you know, I think that's.
So you know, there's a lot of things in the market about ethanol and how bad ethanol is for equipment. You know, why we have ethanol in our pump gas, there's a lot of reasons for it. There's a lot of good for it. We actually make racing fuels with ethanol. So it's not that ethanol is bad, it's you got to have the right fuel for the right application. as a fuel for small engines, especially if you look at people like homeowners, they're not using their equipment all the time. Ethanol has the attribute that it attracts water, and when you get water in the fuel and it starts to separate, that causes a problem. So when you have a cleaner burning ethanol-free fuel, your stability goes up. We actually guarantee our fuels, our small engine fuels, to be good 2 years in the tank and 5 years in the sealed can. And we figure it's probably good more for 10 to 15 years, but we'll guarantee it for 5 that fuel will still be volatile. If you had ethanol in that kind of fuel, you wouldn't be able to have those attributes to it. So that's why we have an ethanol-free fuel, is to have the longevity, the cleaner burning, better for small engines running at high RPMs, and it may not be used all the time. So that's kind of where we stand on the ethanol for this particular market.
Well, that's really good to know, because I know we have, there's a lot of tree care industry companies that work in the northern states, so a lot of them don't have the ability to cut year round. So if the fuel stays in the saw all winter long, it's not going to become a problem. So.
And you remind me that there's one other product that we have called Fix-It Fuel, and it's a great storage fuel as well. This is really our 50-to-1 fuel, so it's fuel and oil, but it has extra cleaners in it. And so if you do leave pump gas in your saw and it gets gummed up and it won't start, this is a product that you can actually pour out and properly dispose of the old fuel. Pour this in, prime it, pull it, and get it into the system. And even if you let it sit overnight or a couple days, it can dissolve some of those gums and deposits and hopefully get that piece of equipment running again. Because, as you talk to people in the industry, fuel issues are a big part of what keeps equipment from running. And this is a very simple way to clean out a saw if you have left it sitting. And then, like you said, if you've used our fuel or let it sit over a period of time, that's why we guarantee it. It's going to be clean and work. But in case you didn't do that, here's another option for you that's an easy way to potentially clean out that piece of equipment.
Excellent.
Perfect. Well, I hope that helps some of the tree care folks out there. And, anytime we can help, feel free to hit our website or look us up.
And what is the easiest way to find more about these products?
vpracingfuels.com. We have, a contact us here. If you send an email, that goes to one of our customer service people. Sometimes it ends up back in my email, and I may be the one giving you a call back. Matter of fact, if you ask for Jim, I'll be sure and be the one to call you back. How's that?
Excellent. Great. And again, this is Jim from VP Race Fuels. Thank you.
Thank you.